Hi, I'm Stephen Hand from Archery Supplies. Today I want to update you on my $100,000 container that went back to China. So originally when it came into Australia, so for the background story, if you haven't seen my first video on the $100,000 worth of stock from China, that's going back to China. So I have $100,000 worth of stock, which is ordered back in November last year, paid for in about January, and it comes in by container, and let's just say it costs about $3,000 to ship in a container from China to Australia. It gets to Australia in June, so they've had $100,000 for about 6 months. Comes here about June, and my customs broker goes, it's got slingshots in there, $200 worth of slingshots and some ball bearings, and ball bearings are not ball bearings, they're now projectiles like bullets, and you need a special import thing for that, which you don't have, so that's a problem. So he suggested sending it back to China. Okay, so I was thinking, well, I'm going to be up for $2,000 to send the container back to China. They'll pull this box of slingshots and ball bearings out of the container and then send it back to me. Right, seems pretty simple to me, right? So I'm like, okay, that's fine. Then I get the bill for sending the container back to China, $14,000. And I'm like, this is just crazy. So let's just put this into perspective. It's normally $2,000 to send a container from China to Australia. I'm currently getting a container from Belgium to Australia, $7,000. $14,000 to send a container back to China. So we must be exporting a heap of stuff from Australia to China, unless I'm just paying for the entire ship to go back to China. I don't know. So $14,000. So I'm like, okay, $14,000, that's where I'm at. So I'll just wear that cost of $14,000 for the $200 worth of slingshots. Well, today I get a message from the freight company with a bill for $32,000. And I'm like, what's this for? And they're like, import duty. So I've got to pay $32,000 to return the goods to China, as far as like I'm a manufacturer and I'm exporting to China. So they want me to pay $32,000 for tax to China for stuff that's been returned. So I find this bit under the act, because normally when you return stuff, there's no tax because it's not a sale, it's just getting returned. Because I didn't accept it, right? It didn't make it into Australia, so it just gets returned and there's no taxes to pay. Well, apparently that's not the case, my customs broker says, and you've got to pay $32,000 today. So I contact the supplier. And I must say, I don't get a lot of... They said there should be no tax and they will sort it. End of conversation. This other person in China said, yes, they can get someone to sort it and there'll be no tax. And it'll just be returned. They'll take out the little box and then send it back to me. Okay? So the freight company says, well, we've already forked out this money. So we've already spent the $32,000, so we just need to recover it from you. And I'm like, I never authorised that, and I don't think I should have to pay it. And here's the bit under the act where I don't think I should have to pay it. So he goes, well, I need an answer today because accounts are on my back about this $32,000. So that's where I'm at today. So far, these $200 worth of slingshots, I forked out $14,000 and I've got a bill there for $32,000. Now, I don't know if that's the end of the bills, because I'm guessing there's another bill from the wharf back to the thing. And I said to the freight company, I was like, you should have known these costs before you sent the thing back, because at this stage we should have just burnt and abandoned the container. Just abandon it, going, look, we don't want it, abandon it. And you're going, well, I'd be thinking, well, there's $100,000 worth of stock and you're going to lose it for the matter of $50,000. My problem is I don't think it's $50,000. I think I'm going to be up for more and more costs. So it just seems ludicrous. Now I'm going to say normally to get stuff from China to Australia is easy. Easy. It's like $2,000 just comes in, no issues. In my 40 years of importing, I'm going to say I don't think I've ever, well, the issues I've had have been, if there's stink bug in America, then sometimes I've had once a customs officer stand with me while I physically unpack the container to make sure there's no stink bugs in there. He left within about 20 minutes going, well, this is ridiculous. And I was like, yeah, it is ridiculous because it's just metal. It's just metal and, fiberglass. So he left after about 20 minutes, but I had to wait for him to open the container. So that was okay. So that was once. And I don't really think of many other times I've had issues. Sometimes I have to pay fumigation because they're like, well, there might be a biohazard in there. There might be some, plant matter or something in there. So, like, there might be wood. So we'll just fumigate the thing. But normally it just goes straight through. So anyway, that's where I'm at today. I've got a bill of $32,000 for $200 worth of slingshots. Anyway, I'm Stephen Hand from Archery Supplies, and I hope your day's going better than mine.